Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz and its 8-speaker Bose premium audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at the infotainment system, take a look at audio inputs, audio controls, adjustments, speaker locations, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay demos, and then get out on the road to listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling. I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to hear the music, go ahead and click forward in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at this thing. A vehicle that transcends boundaries and borders for what is a truck, what is a crossover, what is a vehicle. This thing is really cool. We've been spending all day driving it. It's super capable, a lot of fun, remarkably agile as well, and could fit interestingly into a lot of people's lives. So, if you want to see more on the Santa Cruz, we've got a first drive impressions video. And of course, we'll be doing all our full testing once we get it back to Daily Motor headquarters in Michigan. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with sound settings set to their factory defaults. So let's take a look at those now. Big, nice display here for the Santa Cruz. It's very similar to the one you see in the Tucson. Similar operation as well. Let's get rid of this little side screen and, oh, well, I guess it's not going to go any larger, but it at least looks a little bit clearer. We've got our menu here. Let's go setup, sound. Premium sound, you can turn dynamic speed compensation on or off, so as you get louder and there's more ambient noise, the sound of the music will get louder. Leave that on. For position, you have your standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. For tone, we need to center that out. I had the bass all the way up as I was trying to find the subwoofer, so it's probably going to sound pretty darn different now. But you've got treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those now. Interestingly, that's it for sound adjustments. No sort of center point or kind of fake surround sound or anything like that. Just have some different guidance, volume adjustments, things like that. For audio adjustments, audio controls in here, unfortunately no volume knobs, so just haptic touch for volume control. Not a big fan of that, especially because there's so many different steps that if you want to get it loud, you gotta click a whole bunch of times up to like 32 and then hold it down. And unlike some other systems, like in our Tesla, for example, you can click and slide. Can't do that here in the Santa Cruz. You do have volume adjustments on the left side of the steering wheel, nice little clicks, but again, no sort of scrolling, so it's tough to quickly make volume adjustments. For track selection, you've got haptic buttons right here. You can use the touchscreen if you're on the media screen, or right next to the volume controls, up and down for track selection there, which I like to see. For audio inputs in the Santa Cruz, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, USB-A ports, the Sounds of Nature gimmick, and that's about it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, no disc player, no 3.5 auxiliary input jack, and no USB Type-C. So it would be nice to see some Type-C in here, not too surprising to see the rest though, but for a car that's debuting in 2022, you'd think we'd have at least one USB Type-C port. Fortunately, you do have wireless device charging as well to go along with that wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaker locations, as I said, this is an 8-speaker system, so starting in the bottom left, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the rear doors, and then a subwoofer. I'm 90% sure it's behind the seats here. I'll put up on the screen if I'm wrong or not once I confirm that. All right, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demonstrations. We're going to start out with Android Auto. You can see as it's loading, we've got our Google Maps, YouTube Music, and there's our our app screen and settings. So let's go ahead and plug in CarPlay now. And there we go, Apple CarPlay taking up the whole screen. That looks really good. Looks nice, good resolution. Settings screen, refresh rate seems to be good. There's your music. And there are the maps that aren't loading because we don't have a data connection on that iPhone. All right, let's get the tunes going again and get on the road. with the balancing and the dynamic abilities of this system. We got a good amount of crisp highs and a decent amount of power down low. They managed to fill this relatively small cabin up with a good balance of sound. This next one, we'll listen to it kind of in the middle and then crank up the bass part way. We already got a little bit of sloppiness. Let's see what happens when we crank it. Actually, not as bad as I expected. Got some mirror shakage, and I'm feeling it a bit in the wheel, not too much in my seat, but I expected it to get sloppier, but actually the subwoofer stepped up and filled in a bit. That's nice. My thoughts on the Bose sound system here in the new Hyundai Santa Cruz. I'm impressed that they managed to get such a dynamic sound out of this vehicle. It's not really what I would be expecting for this car, if you will, but you've got those crisp highs, you got some power down low. I did mess with the sound settings a bit when I was listening to my personal music. My preference was kind of toning everything down a little. It's a little over boosted for my preference. So I did down 1 in the treble, down 1 in the mid-range, and actually up 2 or 3 on the bass, just to add a little more dynamic, rounded out, powerful, low down sound to the type of music I was listening to. I also moved the sound position back 2 clicks. It seemed to balance things out a bit better. But objectively speaking, strictly just for sound quality, this would be getting a B. I mean, even though it sounds good for what it is, it's not outstanding by any means, maybe about a B minus. Subjectively speaking, for this vehicle, for what you're expecting to get and how well the infotainment system works, the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, various features, we're looking about B+. It's solid. No one's going to be disappointed with this system except for true audiophiles, and I think even those people wouldn't be expecting top-tier music in their sport activity vehicle, if you will. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Santa Cruz, we're doing a little test drive video as we're out driving it, and we'll do more once we get it back at home base. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on. Actually, no volume knob, so F tier. 0 out of 10.